Hiya guys, this is 10 Minute Trader and welcome to my first video on YouTube. I've been a retail trader for about 6 years. I just moved back from Australia due to work and due to the fact that my broker wouldn't transfer my capital. I had to close down the account and then start one when I got back to the UK. So basically I decided that I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube, the Lamborghinis and the houses and everything else, which is a complete misrepresentation of trading. I trade on a 10-minute chart solely on one indices, and what I've decided to do is record some videos on YouTube and let you guys follow me throughout the year to see my results, and hopefully answer some questions that any of you guys might have out there. Trading, there's many systems and I've made every mistake under the sun, but if you get a profitable system, most traders still lose money, and that's largely due to two things: psychology and risk management, and that's what I focus everything on. Once you have your system, the mastering aspect after that is basically getting your psychology right and sticking to your risk management, and of course 100% following your system. So to date, starting in January of 2020, I have a current return as of the end of March of 204.7%. That is not normal. My normal returns for a year are anywhere between 80 to 130% return on investment, which of course is still massive returns for essentially clicking a mouse. It takes a lot more than that. You do have to work a hell of a lot on your own psychology. And quickly, in this first video that I'm launching this YouTube channel on, just going to run through where I am from January till the end of March. And I started with a relatively small amount of money of £2,352. So the system I use is a trend following system, and via risk management I cap my losses. One thing I've never struggled with is the ability to take a loss and stick to my stop losses. I basically operate between 2 and 3% risk per trade, which is higher than some would like, but I'm comfortable at that level and it gives me the returns that I spoke about. So I'm just going to talk through the 3 months here and how I got to 204% or 204.7% to be precise in the last essentially 12 weeks. As you can see in my trading log here, you can see in the shortages that the bulk of the shortages are all capped at under 1R. 1R is 1 times risk. That's the maximum risk I'm willing to take. As you can see in the left here, I did put a foot in the FTSE here, but mainly through the DAX, and I did have a trade in euro dollar. You have to be prepared to go through some losing runs, have drawdowns within the month. The original month when I started 6 years ago, my very first month was a 16% loss, and generally I'll get about 8 months that are profitable, and the other 4 will be around about break even or loss months. But ultimately it is not about a single trade, it is not about the single month, it is about the year and your returns for the year. But as you can see, the losses through January were all kept and managed through risk management within the tolerance of my risk. And the idea being that when you do have a winning month, the old adage of cut your losers short and let your winners run is one of the best principles that there is simply in trading. So we're having lower losses, and here we're getting the higher wins. So for example, if we look at this lose and run here of trades, we've got 22.95, 12.15, 15.04, 19.56, 22.80 and 19.92. Now we are eradicating those losses as we are waiting for the bigger trades to come along. In this instance, 115, 305, 128 here, and towards the end of the month we had a row of 4 winning trades, totaling £352.38, which took us for that month to a profit of £695.89, or a monthly return of 29.5%. Depending on the size of your capital, and I have worked with much larger capital and aim to do so again. I work in percentages, I don't look at the monetary amounts. If you look after your risk management, the percentages, the money will look after itself. Moving into February, we'd obviously increase the account to £3,047.89. Same principle again, guys. Basically we started off with a row of losers in February, but no panic, you stick to the system there. And again on the same principle, higher wins, 228, 503, and we had a big one which was basically on the 21st of February, which was a 13.9 R trade. That's 13.9 times return on my maximum risk, and that trade came in at £1,218.80, which basically made the month. That month then finished on £529.45 profit, or a return on investment for the month of 17.3. Then, unfortunately, and as we're all still going through, coronavirus hit at the end of February. That did cause, as we all know at this point, the market crash, or the market dip into bear territory. But basically, because the system allows us to go long or short, we took the short opportunities in that month. So moving into the month of March, and I changed my sheet slightly here. We started the month off with £4,072.57, and again sticking to the same principles of capping our losses, letting our winners run. We had large wins of 1,030, £1,628.60, and 12.5 R. That's 12.5 times what I was willing to risk, which in this case was £130. 198.80, some smaller winners there, but always keeping the losers to within your maximum risk. You can see me reaching the 3 point here. Once I reach the 0.3 on my risk, I'll either reduce the amount that I'm trading or the stop loss if possible. And you can see the stop losses there will go up and down, and that depends highly on the volatility of the market. In January, before the markets were volatile, you can see my stop losses were relatively low, 30, 40. Going into March, as the volatility spiked tremendously, you can see that I had to adjust my stop loss to accompany that, and that's basically because I need my stop loss to trigger my signals for when to exit a trade. So when I enter the trade by a signal and I enter a trade by a signal, is 100% mechanical. I don't do fundamentals. I have my alerts set up from my broker, and I concentrate 100% mechanical trading. And at the end of March, I had a profit of £3,095.88, or an individual return of 76% return for that month. That took the account from £4,072.57 to £7,168.45. The summary of that, just to go over where we are, is the 3 months that we just spoke about there. So starting off in January, we had a profit of £695.89, 29.5% return. The key focus to trading and being successful long term is compounding your profits. If you don't compound your profits, you won't grow your account substantially, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. Going on to February with a profit of 529.45, or an individual monthly return of 17.3%. That then compounded the interest for the year to 51.9%. And March, as we just spoke, a colossal month with a return of 76% to a profit of £3,095.88, which compounded my current annual returns for 2020 to 204.7%. Now I will have a losing month, probably more than one, but the ultimate goal of the system is to produce profits over the year and keep that compounding. And the idea behind the compounding there, as you can see, this is my starting balance for January. This is the target, and the target is based on 5% per month. Now I took 5% as a conservative figure because obviously some months I have losing months. I think my highest losing month for my system was around 21%. I still had a profitable year that year. Off the top of my head, I think it was around about 82% return for the year. And as you can see, compounding basically means that you would build up slowly. In this case, we've had a huge jump, but that is not normal. That is due to the coronavirus issue that we are unfortunately again having. As you move, as money starts to grow, the figures start to grow faster and faster and faster. So basically on the right here, this is the mark for each year. If we just jump ahead forward, say to July 2028, that initial investment with no further investment from £2,352 compounded at 5% a month would bring us to £358,042. We then compound that further, we take it to year 12. As you can see there, you are at 2.6 million. Compounding, or as Warren Buffett stated, once famously said, compounding is the 8th wonder of the world. It's what it's all about, guys. If you pull your money out when you have these profits, you're not going to make the long-term gains. And if you're in trading, it's about long-term commitment, and to make the money, it's going to take quite a while. But if you've got a good system, work on your psychology and strict risk management, in the long game you will make a lot of money, but you will not be buying a Lamborghini this time next week. So as I said at the beginning, I'm going to produce my monthly results. Obviously I've just right now literally opened this channel, so I've got no subscribers, but if anyone does watch the video and you have any questions, then just drop me a comment. I'll read the comments there, and I'll have a look and work on the channel as I go and get some my email address and everything else up there for people to contact me. And I look forward to speaking to you guys again soon. So take care and see you soon.